Hey, what's up guys, it's Axel, and today we're checking out the Juzear Harrier, which is a tribrid IEM with one dynamic driver, 6 balanced armatures, and 2 microplanars. What's special about this IEM is that this is the first IEM that's tuned with Squiglink. I think we all know Squiglink, right? I use frequency response graphs from Squiglink in pretty much every video. Yeah, this IEM is kind of special. So yeah, before we begin, I just want to do a quick giveaway announcement for the channel subscribers. If you're subscribed to the channel, just leave a comment down below, and after 10 days, a winner will be announced only on the YouTube community tab. All right, let's start with what you get in the box. All right, what's inside the box? This is the box, and it says here tuned to Squiglink. And then this is the leatherette carrying case. And there's this, you can attach it to the case. This is a cleaning cloth. And you do get a variety of ear tips, 11 pairs in total. So here you can see it has like narrow bore ear tips and wide bore ear tips. And here it has 4 pairs of liquid silicone ear tips and a pair of foam. And of course you get 3.5 and 4.4 connectors for the modular cable, because the cable is modular and actually the cable is really nice. So the connector here, okay, uses a short screw type system. It feels solid. The cable itself is soft. It's completely memory free. Never tangles, you know, doesn't feel heavy. It's not microphonic. The chin slider works, and the cable itself matches the colors of the earpieces. I like that. So the cable is really nice, well behaved. In terms of design, the Harrier comes in 2 color options, blue and yellow. This is the yellow version, and this is the blue version. Now, both versions look amazing, but the blue one, in my opinion, is just awesome, right? So the faceplate has a Hawk's Eye stone, which is elegant and feels very smooth. And this is the part I like right here on the right side. It says tuned with Squiglink. I think I could zoom on that. Tuned with Squiglink. You know, and there's a squiggly line. That's a nice touch. The earpieces are average sized, you know, slightly contoured. There is a vent right here, you know, and the nozzle, there's a metal nozzle with a nozzle lip that measures around 6 millimeter at its widest point. And build quality is nice. Design stands out, you know, without being flashy, you know. And yeah, in terms of fit and comfort, I would say for me personally, the fit is excellent. No pressure buildup, no discomfort. They sit securely in my ear and comfortably. I can walk around without any issues. So yeah, solid fit and comfort, stability overall. And let's talk about the sound. Okay, so now let's talk about the sound, and let's look at the frequency response graph. So the Harrier to me is tuned with a neutral mid-range, a bass boost, and a bit of a treble lift for some air and excitement. It's one of those IEMs that sounds balanced, natural, and fun at the same time. It sounds engaging, and at the same time, it sounds very well balanced. Like the tonal balance on it here is just fantastic in my opinion. The bass is sub-bass focused. It's tight and textured, very controlled. There is good rumble and there is good sense of impact that never feels overwhelming. It's a moderate bass boost that just adds a bit of fun without being overwhelming. The mid-range is pretty much very natural sounding. It sounds a bit full-bodied without being thick, and it's not shouty. It's kind of balanced, not too forward and not recessed. Male and female vocals sound very natural and come through beautifully. There is, you know, a bit of warmth here that makes it, that gives it a sense of natural tone and timbre. It's basically a very neutral sounding mid-range, just with a slight sense of warmth that makes everything sound realistic and easy to listen to for long sessions. The treble is smooth and airy, good detail, good sparkle, without being harsh, without being sibilant. It's not bright, but still there is plenty of clarity and extension. It never crosses that line into being bright or fatiguing, and I tried it with a lot of different genres and it worked great, you know, from hip hop, you know, to EDM, rock and metal. And what I like about it here is that the treble never gets harsh, and you know, that along with the bass makes it a good all-rounder in my opinion. And overall, like I said, like the tonal balance here is pretty much fantastic. You get the natural mid-range, you get the fun bass and the airy treble, and it just sounds cohesive, balanced and natural. In terms of technicalities or technical performance, I'll say it's great. On my technical scale, this sits roughly 70% between the Nova and the Pilgrim. All right, let's start with the comparisons. We have some tribrids here today. So first comparison is the 242 by Duno. The 242 is a bit more focused on the upper mid-range and the treble. The Harrier in comparison sounds more balanced, right? It sounds, in my opinion, a bit more refined. Like it's, you know, like it's smoother, it's more natural in the mid-range, has a bit more bass, so it kind of like sounds, you know, like more of an all-rounder. And the treble on the Harrier is airy without, without the edge that the 242 sometimes has on some tracks. So the boosted bass makes it more fun, as an all-rounder in my opinion. Compared to the Zigat Horizon, both the Harrier and the Horizon have a really natural mid-range. Vocals sound great on both. The main difference is in the bass and treble. If you like or prefer a brighter tonality with a more neutral bass and an extra upper treble boost, that's the Horizon. But if you like something more balanced with a bit more bass and a tamer treble, that's the Harrier. Both are very natural when it comes to the mid-range. The Moondrop X Clinical Dusk, the analog version, Harrier has a bit more bass and a slightly tamer upper treble. Compared to the Dusk DSP, the Dusk sounds a bit warmer, a bit bassier, and slightly softer in the mids, while the Harrier is more vocal forward and has a bit more contrast. Alright, last IM is the Meyer Audio Slevo 224. Both sound natural, but the Slevo is more vocal forward. It sounds a bit brighter, and it has less bass, while the Harrier, on the other hand, kind of feels more balanced and fun, because it has a bit more bass and the treble sounds slightly less bright. Alright, who is this IM for? In my opinion, the Harrier is for people who want something balanced, natural, and fun. Right? And it's also great for people who are looking, for an all-rounder. They listen to a lot of different genres and they want something that works, well across the board, It's gonna sound great with everything you listen to. It's also for people, in my opinion, who are looking for something that has an airy treble, but they want something that's easy to listen to for long listening sessions, like, something that doesn't give you a sense of fatigue. At the same time, who is this not for? Yeah, basically bass heads. This IM is not for bass heads, and this IM is not for people who prefer, a bright sound, brighter tonalities. This is not that kind of, if you like a lot of treble, this isn't the IM for you. So time for the final rating, and here is my rating system. And out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give the Juzear Harrier a very solid 4 stars out of 5. It's a very good IM in my opinion. That's it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.